And Russia's investigative committee has initiated a criminal case against an editor from the Washington Examiner media outlet, which released an article suggesting that Ukraine should, quote, blow up the newly opened Crimean bridge. Yulia Shapovalova has more.
Earlier this week, the Washington Examiner newspaper released an opinion piece by journalist Tom Rogan suggesting that Ukraine had the capability to destroy elements of the recently constructed Crimean bridge to at least temporarily disrupt the traffic on it. According to the author, the structure is apparently an outrageous affront to Ukraine's very credibility as a nation. The reaction from Russia's investigative committee was understandably strong.
A criminal case has been launched against Hugo Gurdon, an editor of the Washington Examiner weekly online magazine. Gurdon has agreed on the text of the article by Tom Rogan, which called for the destruction of the Crimean bridge that links Russia's Kerch and Taman peninsulas, and released it on the Washington Examiner website.
The Washington Examiner later issued another article trying to defend its journalist.
Most bridges aren't built as part of an illegal armed invasion of another sovereign nation. Crimea is rightly Ukrainian. Russia controls it through illegal force, and this bridge is an effort to cement that control. Rogan was offering an invaded country advice on how to defend itself.
Crimea rejoined Russia in 2014 following a referendum that showed overwhelming support for reunification amid a violent coup that ousted Ukraine's President Yanukovych. The local population voted freely and peacefully to reunite with Russia, with a record-breaking turnout of 96%. Ukraine and Western countries have not recognized the legitimacy of the referendum, imposing several rounds of sanctions on Russia or what they label the annexation of Crimea. But they all know way too well how strong the pro-Russian sentiment in Crimea is. All claims that people voted at gunpoint are a myth. So the article in the Washington Examiner prompted a massive negative reaction in Russia. The Russian embassy in the US said in a statement that freedom of speech cannot justify incitement to commit terrorist acts, and that Rogan's article goes way beyond the boundaries of journalist ethics. Dmitry Peskov, the Russian presidential spokesperson, called the article an ugly manifestation of poor quality journalism. What ordinary people say is that American journalists can keep writing risible articles with absurd justification. It's nothing more than just hot air. Yulia Shapovalova with the news with Ed Schultz.